So what you're seeing right now on the screen is identity access management. I pulled it through the NIST cybersecurity framework. They have this documentation published, and this is where these requirements are coming from. And in a mature cybersecurity practice, these are followed when it comes to audit and risk and all that stuff. So this is one of those where it's coming from. If you look at the difference verbiage, identity management, authentication, and access. So identity and access management, but that's pretty much, this is how the verbiage is. And they have subcategorized, because PR is for protect. So if you look at the frameworks, is identify, detect, protect, recover. So there are four or five fundamentals. It's in the cycle. So this is where this thing goes into that. So this area or the function of identity is under the protect. Then you need to know how you're going to protect those identities. If you look at here, access to the physical and logical asset is limited to authorized user. So authorization, we're talking about to users. Authorized service can be APIs, and hardware, authorized hardware, which is smart card and something along those lines, and is managed, commensurate with the assessed risk of unauthorized access. Formally, they have the number. So this is where identity, how are you going to protect those accounts and services and API? So let's take it simple. How are you going to protect those identities? And this is where they have subcategorized it. Like identities and credentials for authorized user services and hardware are managed by the organization. So here they're talking about the tools and technology. And then if you look at example one, initiate a request and all, this is all theory. But it kind of give you, it can be boring and dry, but kind of give you the sense when you work on the tools and technology where these requirements are coming from. So you're not may gonna like it when audit and all that, but these things give you the sense what you look for. It can help you when you deploy a solution and when you're in that particular role, not to deploy, but need to perform some assessments, for example. So second one is A02 identities are proved and bound to the credential based on the context of direction. So usually if an API is making call, you have a service account just dedicated for that API, right? So you see what I'm coming from? So this is where these things translate to. So you have to have an subject matter expert. So what I'm saying is that you have to be an identity expert to understand this. So you not necessarily need